The Battle of Krojanty was a cavalry attack by the Polish army against German forces during the Wehrmacht's campaign in Poland. It took place on September 1, 1939, near Krojanty. The Polish troops, advancing along the East Prussian Railway, attacked a German detachment 7 kilometers from Chodzież. The Polish cavalry was forced to retreat under machine gun fire. This battle became part of a larger series of fights in the Tuchola forest. The battle became famous due to the following fact: eyewitnesses, looking at the bodies of the killed Poles, for inexplicable reasons began to claim that the Polish cavalry attempted to damage the tanks with their cold weapons. German propaganda began to use this fact to prove the Poles' absolute inability to distinguish between true and false information. On the other hand, to intimidate the enemy, the Poles invented a myth that they had indeed managed to hack at least one tank or armored vehicle with cold weapons, demonstrating their desperate bravery and desire to defend their homeland from invaders. Polish troops were thrown into battle at 5 a.m. on September 1, 1939, against the 76th Infantry Regiment from the 20th Motorized Division of the Wehrmacht, which was operating on the left flank of the 19th Panzer Corps under the command of Heinz Guderian. The Polish cavalry tried with all their might to delay the German advance on Gdansk. By 8 a.m., the Germans had broken through the border of Poland south of the Polish cavalry, which forced the Poles to immediately retreat to the defensive line along the Brda River. The 18th Pomeranian Uhlan Regiment was to cover the retreat. The 18th Uhlan Regiment encountered a detachment of German infantry on the plain near Tuchola Bor and the crossroads of the Chodzież-Rynnowo Railway. Colonel Kazimierz Mastalas ordered the commander of the 1st Squadron, Yevgeny Svestiuk, at 1900 hours to prepare an ambush and attack the German forces with 2 squadrons, 250 men. 2 more squadrons and an armored unit consisting of TKS and TK3 tankettes remained in reserve. Initially, the attack was successful as the Germans scattered, and the Poles occupied the plain. However, they were assisted by armored cars from the 20th Reconnaissance Battalion SD, KFC.222 and SD, KFC.231. Machine gun fire forced the Poles to hastily retreat to the nearest elevation. During the retreat, both Svestiak and Mastalas were killed, and the Poles lost about a third of their personnel in total. However, this slowed down the German advance and helped the Poles send forces from the 1st Rifle Battalion and the Czerks Battalion to Chodzież. The attack of the Polish cavalry impressed the Germans and forced them to temporarily switch to defense, during which a tactical retreat was supposed to take place. However, Guderian immediately revoked this order. In his memoirs, he called it foolish that a detachment of soldiers in helmets was preparing an anti-tank gun against the reflection of the attack of Polish cavalrymen. Also, according to him, the panic quickly passed on the first day. The Polish cavalry delayed the German advance for a day, giving the troops of the Czersk operational group a chance to retreat. However, the Germans recovered from such a blow within a few hours. The 18th Regiment was awarded the Virtuti Militari Order for bravery in battle by the order of General Stanislaw Gzmotskotnicki. On the same day, German military correspondents and their Italian colleagues explored the battlefield, as well as the bodies of Polish soldiers. Italian journalist Indro Montanelli started writing an article about the battle, praising the courage and heroism of Polish soldiers who charged at German tanks with sabers and pikes. Although nothing like this actually happened, this fabrication began to spread rapidly. In the German magazine Die Wehrmacht of September 13, it was noted that Polish forces seriously underestimated the power of the German army. Polish propaganda claimed that German armored vehicles were not armored at all, which Polish forces tried to take advantage of. In the post-war years, this event was seen in the USSR as an example of the foolishness and recklessness of Polish commanders who spilled the blood of innocent soldiers and were completely unprepared for war.